everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be doing a short review of AEW's Beach Break. I'm not going to go into too much detail because there is a lot of reviewers out there, a lot of sites and a lot of YouTube channels that will review it in full, and I just want to get my reaction and reviews and what I thought about the show as a whole on there. But I will be reviewing the big thing that happened at the end of the show, which was Kenta possibly debuting in AEW, which the bigger picture of that is obviously the New Japan working relationship possibly becoming a thing with AEW, which I hope so, because they're already having a working relationship with Impact, and you add New Japan to that, that's three major powerhouse wrestling companies that are going to be working together, and that just creates endless possibilities of matches and whatever. But so after the match, which was the six-man tag between Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, was against John Moxley, Pac and Ray Phoenix. There was a beatdown, so the Super Elite start beating down Ray Phoenix and Pac. Moxley comes in to try and save Ray Phoenix. He gets beat up, Lance Archer runs down, takes out the Good Brothers, focuses properly on Luke Gallows, starts beating him up on the outside of the ring. Moxley and Omega in the ring by themselves. Moxley starts an attack on Omega, and then from outside and from the crowd into the ring, in comes Kenta, hits a go to sleep on Moxley. So I don't know if it was done to save Omega, if it was literally just done to further the Moxley Kenta feud for the US Championship. This coming up at New Japan's New Beginning, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next week, because they've already laid the seeds new for something big to happen. Very, very good way to end the show, fantastic. Kenny made the match an afterthought after that because it was such a big moment, even though the match was amazing. But getting into the full show, as I said, I'm not going to go through a play-by-play. I'll mention who was in the match and just who won and my general thoughts on it. So the first match of the night was the Tag Team Battle Royal between the Acclaim, the Young Bucks, MJF and Jericho, Sammy Hagar, Santana Ortiz, and there was two Dark Order teams of Silver and Reynolds, and Uno and Grayson, and there was Top Flight and Private Party, and Jungle Express. Fantastic match. I bet it went on quite a bit. It was decent. There was enough time between people getting thrown out. It felt paced really well. And there was a bit at the end where the Private Party try to hold on, apart from the Good Brothers coming out and distracting. So I think it was Isaiah Cassidy got kicked off the apron, and at the end of the match it was MJF and Chris Jericho standing tall. So at Revolution it's MJF and Chris Jericho versus the Bucks for the tag team championships. Good match. As soon as I realised the Bucks weren't going to win, I sort of knew they were going to win because they're the bigger thing talked about now. Not a problem with it, it's very good. Next up we had the same awful promo stuff from Sting and Darby Allin that we've had ever since Sting made his debut. So they come out, Darby has a match with Joe Janela next week and he's defending the TNT title against them. Comes out for a promo, Team Taz interrupts again, and it goes nowhere. They say they'll be there for Darby's championship match next week, and so will Sting. So yeah, we're still in the same exact place with that feud, and I can't wait for the street fight to be done just to get it over with so we can get something fresh for everybody. But yeah, that is what it is. Next up, it was the women's match that's been talked about for a while. It was Dr. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. I know who Thunder Rosa was before she was in AEW. She was on the NWA YouTube show Power. Fucking amazing. An incredibly different, unique kind of wrestler. Has a unique look to her, and came into this match very vicious. Against Britt Baker. She dominated most of the match, and then Baker got the upper hand in break, and then it was a sort of back and forward, and then there was a lot of heel shenanigans with Reba on the outside. She removed the turnbuckle pad from the inside of the ring. Thunder Rosa got planted onto it, and when the Britt Baker put her in the lockjaw, she was already passed out and couldn't do nothing about it. So, very good match. Looks like it's going to be continuing a feud, which I'm happy about because I'd love to see another match between them. Good heel finish. It's not exactly unheard of. Next up was the wedding between Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford, along with Miro alongside his butler Charles. I'm happy we finally got this because it feels like this has played out forever and I'm kind of just wanting something new. But now the wedding thing's over, so we're done. Typical wrestling wedding was fine. They got the vows done. Then the Miro got fucking shackled to the bottom rope by Charles. Orange Cassidy just stands up out of the cake and attacks Kip. That's it. Normal wrestling wedding, ending chaos, which rightly so it should. But yeah, that was that. Next up, it was a lumberjack match between Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston. I cannot get enough of Eddie Kingston. An amazing wrestler, a fantastic promo and everything, in every sense of the word. So Lance Archer wins the match after a long time of brawling on the outside. Lumberjacks getting involved. There was a cool bit where there were shit tons of people on the outside of the ring and Lance Archer flies over the ring and takes out like 10 of them and then hits the Black Arrow on Eddie Kingston to win. So now they've got one win apiece, so looks like that's going to be continuing, which good because it's a good pairing. Then there was a promo package for FTR, who's got Marco Stunt chained up to a chair, but after Jungle Express having gone suspended from the match that was the tag team battle royal that they were meant to be in, they got suspended after their actions from last week. So that's going to be a continued feud, and that's pretty cool because Dax's match against Jungle Boy was pretty fucking awesome, and I'm happy that that's going to be continuing and there's going to be something happening with that, and they're not just left in the past, so happy. And then it was the main event, which started off with Pac and Anderson, and they had a decent back and forth. Then Anderson tags in Luke Gallows, Moxley comes in, they have a decent fight back and forth, Moxley gets the upper hand. We go to commercial break, Moxley starts getting beat up, Rey Fenix gets tagged in against Kenny Omega, then Rey Fenix gets beat up. I think there was a couple of tags back and forth between Omega and the Good Brothers, just constantly rotating. And then Moxley and Omega were the ones in the ring, they got to square off properly, proper decent back and forth. And Pac, Moxley and Rey Fenix all did the team beat up of Omega, done a move each, finisher each on him, still couldn't get the win. Rey Fenix is incredible, does a suicide dive to the outside, flips on the outside and lands on top of the barricade, which is incredible, and I don't know how it's possible, but he did it. And then he gets spine busted by Anderson for the win. So Good Brothers and Kenny Omega win, and then as I said, the Kenta thing at the end happened. So yeah, totally amazing, 5 out of 5 show, just like everything of AEW recently. And yeah, I very much love this company, and I will continue to watch them. So good, and if this Forbidden Door has opened with New Japan, it's only going to get better from here, which is insane because they're already amazing. You think there's no way they can get better than this, and they're gonna. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next